Good morning, students. I welcome all of you in this virtual class of Business Ethics and Corporate Social Responsibility, Unit number 2, Corporate Governance. The concept of corporate governance has emerged as an inevitable part for the modern business world. The importance of corporate governance has grown just because of growing size and multiple locations of the business organization and with the increasing importance of various stakeholders. So, corporate governance has emerged as an inevitable part for the modern business world. It means that without a corporate governance, we cannot imagine a corporate environment or a business environment where every stakeholder's rights and responsibilities will be protected, or it is difficult enough in today's time to have a business environment without a corporate governance. So it is an inevitable part. Means when we talk about business environment, when we talk about different corporate companies, when we talk about different institutions, then we also talk about corporate governance, which is equally important for the purpose of controlling, monitoring, guiding, and providing other benefits to the stakeholders. At the same time, corporate governance has increased its size or has increased its importance to the multiple locations, as because in this globalized world we can say now companies have made their locations into different countries, different places in the world. So because of that, because of the growing size of the companies, the corporate governance has also increased in couple of years in the recent times. Past corporate scandals have also increased the activism in the corporate governance for the organizations so that the trust of various stakeholders does not get compromised and expansion and growth of the corporate field can be enhanced. So it is very important that because of the past bad experiences of the corporate world, now corporate governments has become a must or has become very important for the purpose of governing the entire business environment or following different rules and regulations or making a business climate or the culture through which every organizations can be there to do the business, to protect the rights and freedom of their stakeholders, and to provide all those things which is a must for their employees or for their different stakeholders, right? So because of past scandals done by different companies, now corporate governance has increased its verge, has increased its size, has increased its locations, right? The objectives of corporate governance is to provide transparency, integrity and accountability in the business environment. Now corporate governance can be defined as set of systems, processes and principles which ensure that a company is governed in the best interest of all stakeholders. So corporate governance is generally made up of different set of systems, different rules and regulations through which whole business environments or different institutions which are part of a business environments can be work in a better coordinations with better integrities and at the same time following the general guidelines which has been set up for them, right? So corporate governance will be acting as a system through which it generally is there to look after or to make certain rules and regulations through which everything may work in an organized and a formal manner, which is being pre-decided by the authority. So corporate governance is, you can say, a set of a system, means it is made up of different uh, with different objectives. One objectives a corporate governance is made up of, that is to bring transparency among different corporate houses. It is to bring transparency among investment. It is to bring transparency among the financial system of an organization. So because of that, we can say corporate governance has increased its size at different multiple locations. We find that corporate governance has spread in a very large places, right? So it is a set of systems, processes and principles which ensures that a company is governed in the best possible way, and it follows all the interest of the stakeholder. Means the objective behind forming a corporate governance is, it is made up of a set of system or the processes through which all the stakeholders, whether it is suppliers, whether it is employees, general peoples, governments, they all have an equilibrium, or everything should be work in equilibrium for the growth of the country, for the both growth of the world, or to protect the general environments, right? So all the stakeholders, whether they are shareholders or whether they are equity shareholders, preference shareholders, or other peoples who are related directly or indirectly with the companies, or companies can impact their lives, or companies can impact their whole life at that particular stage, we can say corporate governance has been doing as a kind of a authority to generally guide and to help the corporate world. It is the system by which companies are directed and controlled. It is about promoting corporate fairness, transparency, and accountability, right? So, it is forming a system, it is making different organizations to be accountable. It means responsible towards their all the stakeholders, and it should timely remind them about their duties, what they have to perform, right? So corporate governance means it is a kind of a system through which the entire corporate or world or different other institutions, they work smoothly, right? So or objectives behind promoting a corporate governance is, it is generally to increase the fairness, transparency and accountability in the business environment. Another definition of corporate governance is, it is formal system of accountability and control for ethical and socially responsible organizational decisions and use of resources, right? So this is the concept of corporate governance, why it was being set up, right? So according to the legal framework, right, of corporate governance, it is in section 292A of the Companies Act and clause 49 of listing agreement of SEBI. So we should know that corporate governance is a system that all of we agree, but at the same time, under legal requirements or under legal provisions, right, this corporate governance comes under which legal requirements, then we can say it is section 292A and SEBI, that is Security Exchange Board of India, that was formed for the purpose of controlling and monitoring the entire share markets or the companies, right? So that there should be a transparency, accountabilities in their business, and there should be overall fairness or the justice to all the peoples it requires, right? Next topic, that is concept. When we say corporate governance, it involves a set of relationship between a company's management, its board, its shareholders and other stakeholders. It deals with prevention or mitigations of conflict of interest of stakeholders. So it is helping to form a right intermediaries in between conflicts of interest among various shareholders. It is playing a role of mitigating them or to solve that conflicts which arises due to different differences of the stakeholders. Ways of mitigating or preventing this conflict of interest include the processes, customs, policies, laws, and institutions which have impact on the way a company is controlled. Right? So the chief objectives of companies is or corporate governance is it will be generally protecting different conflict of interest of stakeholders, and it is able to form intermediaries in forming in telling different rules and regulations to its different stakeholders. Corporate governance is generally having different companies under it, and different companies under it will be followed through different policies, laws, and will generally will be a guiding principles how an organizations can be run. An important theme of corporate governance is the nature and extent of accountability of people in the business and mechanism that try to decrease the principal agent problem. Right? So concept of corporate governance now, the topic that we have to do today is need to improve corporate governance standard. Right? So how or what is the objective? What is the purpose? Why corporate governance has emerged as a system of accountability, transparency, right, among corporate world, among business environment. So why we require corporate governance or corporate governance standard, or why companies require, why there is a need, right? What is the need of forming a corporate governance? अगर हम ये questions पूछे कि corporate governance की क्या ज़रूरत है, what is the need, right, in India or for the companies which are there in India, why there is a need for corporate governance, कुछ ऐसी ज़रूरत क्यों आन पड़ी हमको, right? That questions we have to ask to ourselves. Then we can give answer is that first point is corporate governance has emerged as a system of transparency, a system of accountability, or a system of rules because to protect or the stakeholders' interest. Right? So in today's time, we say companies are increased in size, companies are increased in their branches, companies are increased in terms of their employee size. As a result of that, now companies has left all the old systems of business and they have just started to implement the new modern systems of a business where they also have to look after their employees, they also have to look after their companies, they also look after their stakeholders, everything. So as a result of that, when a company accept that this thing should be done, at the same time company also accept from corporate governance that all other organizations also may follow the same system what the other organization follows. It means the rules and regulations and the system of law should be equal to every companies. राइट. सो एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि कॉरपोरेट गवर्नेंस आज की डेट में इतना इम्पोर्टेंस क्यों बढ़ गया, क्योंकि जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर्स है कंपनीज के, हम ले सप्लायर्स से लेके एम्प्लॉयज़ से लेके शेयर होल्डर से लेके जितने भी उनके स्टेक होल्डर्स है जो डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड है, उनकी ये डिमांड है. राइट. और it is a joint demand of company that when they give such kind of or they run through this kind of policies, then stakeholders interest will be protected. कोई भी एक शेयर होल्डर्स है तो उसको ये हमेशा रहेगा कि मेरी जो कंपनी है जिस पे मैं इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ पूरे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस के साथ बिजनेस करे, राइट। कंपनीज कोई भी अपनी सीक्रेट्स है वो छुपाए नहीं. इट should give the real picture or the real image of a companies in front of its stakeholders कि अभी ये situations है, what we have to do that, right. So because of growing importance of stakeholders in a company, पहले stakeholders जितने भी थे उनकी कोई वैल्यूज नहीं रहती थी इतनी, पर आज की डेट में कंपनीज में जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनकी वैल्यूज रहती है. उनके कारण, राइट, वी से that the importance of corporate governance has increased, or the need for the corporate governance has increased. Second point is to minimize the chances of corporate scandals, right. Corporate scandals means what? They are different corporate loot which was being made, or it was a cheating done by many companies where they have hidden their details, financial details. Like example we do is that of Satyam Computers before many years, right. Ramalinga Raju was the promoter of the company Satyam, and where it had hidden important information related to its employee, right. Total employee size in the company was around 10,000, but in books of account it was shown that 15,000 employees work and company gives salaries to these 15,000 employees. So as a result of that, you are hiding certain things, which is a scandal, which is a wrong thing, unethical thing you do to your stakeholders, right. So on account of undue advantage, when you do such kind of malpractices, restrictive trade practices, this cannot be, right, this cannot be accepted from your shareholders. So your shareholders' importance has increased. No shareholders is ready to invest in a company which is very risky in terms of its investment, in terms of its decisions. कोई भी स्टेक होल्डर्स चाहेगा कि मैं वही कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट करूं जो कंपनी आगे चल के मेरे को प्रॉफिट दे. मैं ऐसी कोई कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहता हूं जो कि मेरा उससे लॉस हो, राइट. तो कॉरपोरेट गवर्नेंस की स्थापना ही इसी कारण हुई है क्योंकि कॉरपोरेट स्कैंडल्स न हो, कोई भी कंपनीज मार्केट में आके कस्टमर्स का पैसा या कुछ भी लेके चले न जाए, राइट. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कॉरपोरेट गवर्नेंस has increased, or need for corporate governance has increased. Third point is increasing demand of the authority. The authority are expecting more and more from the corporate field day to day because the importance of corporate field and together with the growing importance of capital market is very visible today, right. तो कॉरपोरेट गवर्नेंस का इंक्रीज इसलिए हुआ है क्योंकि जितने भी कॉरपोरेट हाउसेस है, गवर्नमेंट धीरे धीरे सारी चीज़ें प्राइवेटाइज करती जा रही है. क्योंकि एक डिफरेंस है गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज और प्राइवेट कंपनीज में कि कोई भी प्राइवेट कंपनीज है उनका परफॉर्मेंस हमेशा थोड़ा अच्छा रहता है कंपेयर टू गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर कंपनीज. क्योंकि प्राइवेट सेक्टर कंपनीज का ऑब्जेक्टिव यही होता है टू अर्न द प्रॉफिट एट द सेम टाइम टू गिव द बेस्ट फैसिलिटीज टू देयर पीपल. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे देखें, अगर हम रेलवेज का एग्जाम्पल है तो रेलवेज में आपको अलग अलग क्लासेस के हिसाब से अलग अलग फैसिलिटीज दी जाती है, राइट. सेम थिंग दिल्ली मेट्रो है, सपोज वो प्राइवेटली रन रेलवेज है, प्राइवेटाइजेशन है, तो उसमें फैसिलिटीज लोगों को ज़्यादा मिलेगी कंपेयर टू जो एक साधारण रेलवे ट्रेन है उसमें कंपेरिजन टू. आप एयरपोर्ट में एयरप्लेन से जाएंगे तो उस आपको फैसिलिटी कुछ ज़्यादा मिलेगी, राइट. तो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन दैट कि अभी इंडिया में ये ज़रूरत है जितनी भी प्राइवेट कंपनीज आगे आएंगी तो उतना पूरा इंडिया का डेवलपमेंट होगा. सो इट इज़ एडवाइजेबल, और गवर्नमेंट इज एट द सेम टाइम प्रमोट डिफरेंट कॉरपोरेट वर्ल्ड सो दैट government can earn money, at the same time the corporate world can increase the job, right. So increasing demand of the authority, it means because of growing size of a companies and because of growing numbers of companies, now there is a demand for corporate governance. So that is the third point. Fourth point is to keep consistency with the changing international standard. Consistency is, it means that when you make a equilibrium, a balance among international standard and national standard, right? That should be followed. Example, we can say in India we are having different standard like ISO, International Standard Organization 9001 and 2000, or 9001 to 14000. So different standards are given on the basis of different parameters. अगर आप क्वालिटीज़ के लिए कोई स्टैंडर्ड लेना चाहते हैं तो वो आप ले सकते हो. तो ऐसी इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. अगर आपकी कंपनी ISO सर्टिफाइड है, इट मीन्स कि यू आर फॉलोइंग सर्टन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस विद इन योर कंपनी, तभी आपको वो नंबर्स मिला हुआ है, सर्टिफाइड है आप, राइट. सो कई कंपनी अपनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट में भी यही कहती है कि वी आर ISO सर्टिफाइड कंपनीज. इट मीन्स वी आर फॉलोइंग ऑल रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस विच इज बीन मेड बाय द अथॉरिटी और द गवर्नमेंट, राइट. सो टू कीप कंसिस्टेंसी, अगर इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड में कोई चेंजेस आता है तो हाउ our standards will be having an impact on that. So necessary changes if it has to make, then corporate governance, it should be having an ability to change those things. So consistency means keeping a balance, keeping an equilibrium, and also on the basis of international standard, national standards should be framed, right. So consistency, it's very important. Because why consistency is important? Because we are having a globalization. The whole world is becoming a very small place. That's a result. We require corporate governance. Fifth point is demand for transparency. Transparency means we are talking about the fairness. We are talking about financial statements, right? Key companies, you have seen that they are giving news in advertisement related to its quarter result. आप टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का कोई भी एक बिजनेस टाइम्स का पेज आप खोल के देख ले तो उसमें आपको कंपनीज की रेटिंग मिलेगी. बिजनेस स्टैंडर्ड न्यूज़पेपर में आप देखोगे तो वहाँ पे कोई भी कंपनीज ने अपना पूरा क्वार्टर रिजल्ट, बैलेंस शीट लोगों के सामने या अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को दिखाने के लिए अखबार में दे दिया है. तो वो शेयर होल्डर्स उसको देख सकता है, कॉमन पब्लिक देख सकता है कि कंपनीज की कंडीशन क्या है, कंपनीज की पोजीशन क्या है, और मुझे उसमें इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. एवरी डिटेल्स दे विल गेट व्हेन दे विल रीड दिस न्यूज़पेपर और व्हेन दे विल रीड दिस काइंड ऑफ न्यूज़ फ्रॉम न्यूज़पेपर्स. तो ट्रांसपेरेंसी का मतलब यही है कि हमको कुछ छुपाना नहीं है. एवरीथिंग इज विजिबल, राइट. एवरी पर्सन कैन बी सी अस, राइट. वी आर नॉट हाइडिंग एनी पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स, राइट, फ्रॉम आवर कंपनी. सो ट्रांसपेरेंसी का मतलब होता है कि आप स्पेसिफिक रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस के साथ चलते हो, देन जनरली पीपल विल नो योर कंपनी, राइट. सो दैट इज द फिफ्थ पॉइंट. सिक्स्थ पॉइंट इज इवैल्यूएट बोर्ड परफॉर्मेंस, राइट. द बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कमिटीज that functions for the betterment of the stakeholder of the company, right. So who is doing a betterment of stakeholder? That is board of directors, right. So on evaluating the performance of board, it may feel the need to change the corporate governance measures from time to time so that the scope of manipulation and frauds can be eliminated up to a certain extent and protection of functioning of business can be realized minutely, right. तो बोर्ड परफॉर्मेंस, जितने भी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स हैं उनका डिसीजंस किस पे निर्भर रहेगा कि जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है उस पर निर्भर रहेगा. क्योंकि कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस में पहले ही ये सेट ऑफ रूल्स फ्रेम किए हुए हैं, उसी हिसाब से जितने भी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स है उनको वही उसी हिसाब से चलना पड़ता है. कंसिस्टेंसी रहनी पड़ती है, और जो कंसिस्टेंसी वो अगर रखेंगे तो वो बेटरमेंट अपनी कंपनीज का कर रहे हैं, साथ ही साथ वो बेटरमेंट्स पूरा बिजनेस एनवायरमेंट्स का कर रहे हैं, राइट. सो बोर्ड परफॉर्मेंस, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स का डिसीजंस को फ्रेम करने में भी और इम्पैक्ट करने में भी कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड, राइट. सो दिस वर द पॉइंट्स, दिस वर द नीड टू इम्प्रूव कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस स्टैंडर्ड्स. So how you can improve corporate governance standard, or why there is a need for corporate governance? right? Related with this topic, that is features of good corporate governance. Features means characteristics. Features means we are talking about what are different qualities of a corporate governance. Then first one is effective and efficient. Good corporate governance should be effective and efficient so that the benefits of the same can be passed on to all stakeholders of the organization, even with changing conditions of business cycles. So first important characteristics of a corporate governance is that it is efficient and effective, right? So main objectives of corporate governance is to make a consistency among companies and among stakeholders, and resolving conflict, and evaluating the board performance, or even helping the whole environment, business environment, to be transparent. So that's why first characteristics of an good corporate governance is that it should be very effective or it should be very efficient, right? This is the characteristics, because when it is working as per the system of law which has been prescribed, it is very easy that the whole environment may be effective and efficient due to corporate governance, because only just making rules and regulations does not will be enough, but at the same time its implementation, right implementation is necessary. आपने बोला कि गुड कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस की ये खासियत है कि वो एफिशिएंट है और इफ़ेक्टिव है, तो है, मगर साथ ही साथ इट ऑल्सो हैज़ टू इम्प्लीमेंट। उनको जो प्लानिंग किया हुआ, उन्होंने जो ऑब्जेक्टिव फ्रेम किया हुआ, जिस ऑब्जेक्टिव साथ वो वर्क करता है, उस ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के साथ उनको चलना पड़ेगा। दे हैव टू इम्प्लीमेंट दोज थिंग, राइट? दैट इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट। सेकेंड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ए good corporate governance is legal requirements. So good corporate governance is one which follow the code of conduct laid down from time to time by the authorities and amended from time to time. तो legal requirements, जैसे हमने देखा कि corporate governance under legal requirement, it is legal framework में कहाँ पे आता है? तो legal framework में corporate governance जो है वो section 292A में आता है, right? और क्लोज 49 से भी का जो लिस्टिंग एग्रीमेंट है उसमें उनके जो सेट ऑफ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन फ्रेम किया है। तो लीगलिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कहे कि इट इज़ के स्पेसिफिक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट टाइम टू टाइम कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस लेके आता है, और जो ऑलरेडी फ्रेम किए हुए सिस्टम ऑफ लॉ उसमें अगर कोई चेंजेस की रिक्वायरमेंट है तो वो भी टाइमली टाइम कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस करता है। दिस इज द थिंग्स व्हाट कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस मीन्स। कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इज रिमेनिंग अपडेट विद द लेटेस्ट सिनेरियो, राइट? जिस टाइप का सिनेरियो रहेगा उस टाइप से वो चेंज होता जाएगा, जिस टाइप की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी। थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ए कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस इज ट्रांसपेरेंसी। ट्रांसपेरेंसी मीन्स इट इज when you are very crystal clear। ट्रांसपेरेंट का मतलब होता है जिसके आर पार हम देख सकते। जो भी ग्लास है तो ग्लास जनरली ट्रांसपेरेंट रहेगा, मतलब उसके आर पार हम देख सकते। तो कोई भी कंपनी है उसके आर पार हम कैसे देख सकते? उसके आर पार ऐसे देख सकते कि कंपनी है क्या, कंपनी का चेयरमैन कौन है, कंपनी के प्रोडक्ट क्या है, राइट? कंपनी कहाँ बिजनेस करती है, कंपनी का प्रॉफिट क्या है, राइट? कंपनीज कौन से विज़न पे चलती है, कंपनीज का मिशन क्या है, कंपनीज की फीडबैक क्या है, राइट? ये सारी चीज़ें, राइट, ट्रांसपेरेंसी बोलेंगे। इट मीन्स के कोई भी एक एम्प्लॉयज़ को या स्टेक होल्डर्स को एक कंपनीज के बारे में पूरी डिटेल पता है। कंपनीज आगे कहाँ कहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट करने वाली है, कंपनीज की अभी प्रेजेंट पोजीशंस क्या है, लॉस मेकिंग है कि प्रॉफिट मेकिंग है, ये सारी डिटेल जो है, राइट, वो पॉसिबल हो जाती है क्योंकि ये मैंडेटरी होता है। कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस के कारण ये मैंडेटरी होता है कि हर एक कंपनीज को अपना जो क्वार्टरली रिजल्ट्स है, एनुअल रिजल्ट्स है, वो अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को देना ही पड़ता है, right? So that's why it is transparent. It means there is no conditions that any manipulation or fraud can be taken place. So manipulation और fraud को कर्ब करने के लिए ही जनरली कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस फॉर्म हुआ है. Fourth point is accountability. It is one of the most important features of good corporate governance that it should be accountable to each and every stakeholders of the business like employees, customers, government, local community, press, media, investors, shareholders, banking institution, etc. Accountability का मतलब होता है responsibility, right? Means every stakeholder of the business like employees हो, कस्टमर्स हो, गवर्नमेंट हो, लोकल कम्युनिटी हो, प्रेस मीडिया हो, जितने भी हैं, इन सब से एक कंपनीज जो है वो रेस्पॉन्सिबल रहेगी. इट शुड बी रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ऑल ऑफ देम. फिफ्थ पॉइंट इज कॉन्सेंसियस ओरिएंटेड. कॉन्सेंसियस ओरिएंटेड मीन्स board of directors are responsible for taking decisions of the business, and at the time of taking decisions it is reliable to have all the decisions which are consensus oriented, so that decision taken by the board become acceptable to all without any hurdles or opposition. consensus का मतलब होता है कि ये किसी को नुकसान पहुंचने वाला कोई भी डिसीजन. जनरली हम देखते हैं कि कोई भी कंपनीज के टॉप मैनेजमेंट से वहाँ से कोई भी डिसीजंस लिया जाता है, मगर वो डिसीजंस सबको साथ में लेकर लिया जाता है, सब सारे डायमेंशंस पे स्टडी करके लिया जाता है, प्रॉपर रिसर्च करके लिया जाता है. ऐसे ही कोई भी डिसीजन कंपनीज का नहीं लिया जाता है. तो कहने का मतलब यही है कि कंसेंसस का मतलब होता है कि डिसीजन ऐसा होना चाहिए जो मैक्सिमम इट इज एक्सेप्टेड एंड मैक्सिमम इट इज गोइंग टू बेनिफिट पीपल एंड नॉट हार्मिंग डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर. आपका एक पर्टिकुलर डिसीजन है, उस पर सब कुछ डिपेंड है. हम नोकिया का एग्जांपल ले तो नोकिया ने ये मिस्टेक की कि वो एंड्रॉयड टेक्नोलॉजी में नहीं आया. अगर एंड्रॉयड टेक्नोलॉजी में नहीं आया, ये भूल टॉप मैनेजमेंट की है, तो इनके सारे कारण पछताया कौन? जितने भी एम्प्लॉयज़ थे, जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर्स थे, वो सब उनके साथ चले गए. तो कोई भी एक कंपनी डूबती है तो उसके साथ उसके स्टेक होल्डर्स का भी नुकसान होता है. एट द सेम टाइम एवरी पर्सन हु आर कनेक्टेड विद दैट कंपनीज में बी हैविंग एन इम्पैक्ट. तो जनरली कॉन्सेंसस का मतलब आप कोई भी डिसीजन लो तो वो डिसीजन सबका मान्य डिसीजन रहना चाहिए. एवरीबडी शुड ओबे दैट एंड एवरीबडी शुड बी कंसल्टेड बिफोर गिविंग सच काइंड ऑफ डिसीजन, राइट? नाउ द सिक्स्थ पॉइंट इज equitable and fairness. Good corporate governance should be fair and equal and should not be biased in any respect. इसका मतलब ये है कि जैसे हम कहें कि कोई भी एक कंपनीज को बेनिफिट हो रहा है, दूसरी कंपनीज को बेनिफिट नहीं हो रहा है, तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन चाहे वो कंपनी छोटी हो, बड़ी हो, मीडियम स्केल हो, जैसी भी हो, वो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. सारी कंपनीज के लिए रूल्स यही है, सबको यही फॉलो करना पड़ता है. अगर स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज है उनके रूल्स अलग है, अगर मीडियम स्केल इंडस्ट्री है तो उनके रूल्स अलग है, और अगर लार्ज इंडस्ट्रीज है तो उसके लिए रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस अलग है. तो इक्विटेबल का मतलब होता है कि एक जस्टिस सबको मिलना चाहिए, राइट? सबको इक्वल राइट एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज रहती है सबकी, और सबका राइट एंड वो फॉलो होना चाहिए. फेयरनेस का मतलब होता है कि दैट इज कि सबको जस्टिस दे, और सिस्टम पूरा जो कंपनीज का होना चाहिए वो एक फेयर होना चाहिए, मतलब एक सही होना चाहिए, क्लियर होना चाहिए. लास्ट पॉइंट इज रिस्पॉन्सिव. गुड कॉर्पोरेट गवर्नेंस शुड बी रिस्पॉन्सिव विद द चेंजिंग कंडीशंस एंड विद द चेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस. रिस्पॉन्सिव या रिस्पॉन्सिबल मतलब क्या होता है कि good corporate governance should be responsive with the changing conditions and with the changing environment of doing business. Economy is very dynamic and changes occur very often. Governance models which accepts and modifies the policy from time to time with the changing scenario of the organization is considered as corporate governance. So each person should be responsible for everything happening in organizations, right? In short, good corporate governance should possess the above feature so that the actual benefit of corporate governance, right, can be realized for the betterment of the organization itself as well as for the economy as a whole. So corporate governance should be following its sets of rule. At the same time, the stakeholders also should be in equilibrium with all of the company's decisions, right? So students, these were the topics of corporate governance chapter number 2. We will meet in the next lecture with next topic. Thank you.